Good morning, and thank you for joining me today for our first ever Lifebook Q&A session. I thought that I would start today by talking a little bit about my own story as relates to Lifebooks and also what a Lifebook actually is. So to do that, I'm going to use some PowerPoint slides to help us go through that. So a little bit about myself. My husband and I were married back in 2004. We went through a lot of fertility treatments and we're blessed to have one biological son. He is 10 now. But after many other additional losses that we had, we decided to go get our foster care and adoption license with the state of Wisconsin. We were licensed with St. A out of Milwaukee County, and they taught us during our licensing classes this concept of a life book and also just the overall importance of it. So I walked away from those classes knowing that no matter what, we would need to make a life book for any child that moved into our home. But I really didn't walk away with a tool or opportunity to know how to do that. Fast forward a couple months, in February of 2013, we got a call for siblings, 10 months and 3 months old, and they moved in a couple weeks later. So I went from 1 to 3 overnight. I was still working full time, and let me tell you, I was so overwhelmed as a mom. Plus, I still had to figure out this whole life book thing. So it sat on my to-do list year after year after year, as I'm sure many of you out there have had experience with as well. But by the time that our adoption was finalized on February 15th of 2016, I had a business plan underway and an app in development at the very beginning stages of development, so that we could hopefully make it easier for not only me, but other families that were in similar situations. So let's talk a little bit about what a life book is. I really think of it as a parenting tool, something that I can use with my children as we're having bedtime stories, or a topic comes up that may be a bit, I guess, stickier than others, that we can use the book itself as a tool. It's also an ability for us to record the memories of that child. A life book really is that child's life book. It's not my life book. It's not our family's life book. It's that child's life book. We want to make sure that there's things that we can record and they can go back and look at and smile. Also, any sort of major life events, we want to record that. And the goal of it is that we can help promote their identity as we go. So why is it so important? There's 3 big reasons why I think it's important. The very first one is back to that parenting tool. I think that a lot of times foster care and adoption can be not necessarily an easy conversation to have with our children, no matter what age that they are. So it's a way to have a guide or a book that can talk us through it with them. It's also about making sure that we are reinforcing their own identity. I really like the picture in the middle of the screen here. The roots, I really believe, are that birth family, and the tree and the branches above are the adopted family or many other individuals that may be part of that child's life, a social worker, family friend, any other person that is important to that child. And last, but this is the child's story. I mentioned that earlier, that the life book is not my life book. It's not the family's life book. It's the child's life book. It's really important as children grow, any type of situation, biological, foster, or adoptive, that we're promoting their identity development, and by giving them their own life book, that is going to reinforce any of the conversations that we're having around their own identity. So what goes into a life book? It's really about the past, the present, and the future. You want to do some chronological fact type of information, pictures, of course, of anybody and everybody that's involved, including relatives or important individuals or pets. Very similar to a baby book, it's memories and milestones. If they're a different heritage or culture than you are, it may be valuable to document that. And then, let's make sure to celebrate the amazing times of a child's life where they're involved in extracurricular activities and their achievements and their schooling and all of that. But we also have to make sure that we're including foster care. So any information, if they are a foster care situation, that we're able to include pictures of homes or families that they were with, any sort of placement history. Maybe there's hello or goodbye letters, or depending on age appropriateness, explanations about why they're in the foster care system versus with their birth family. So that is just a quick overview. And what I would like to do is to see if anybody has any questions. And if you do, you can email me at Miranda, Miranda, at lifebookbuilder.com. I will also, before you go, I'm going to show you the new downloadable digital pages that we have. So let me tell you a little bit about these digital pages. This is what's called an interactive PDF. So what that means is that every page is clickable and able to be typed in. So I'm going to make a couple pages for my daughter Isabella. She's my youngest one. You see I just clicked on that page there, or in that section there, and started typing her name on my keyboard. So she was born on October 18th of 2012, and I'm just going to type that in and tab over. And she was born at Sinai Hospital in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I do not have a baby picture of her, but I do, however, have a picture of when she was placed. And I don't think I have that readily available. So instead, I'm going to just put our adoption day picture so that you can see what it looks like when we put adoption or a picture in here. She weighed 3 pounds and 2 ounces. Yes, she was 10 weeks early, and she was 16 inches long. Not feet. She had brown eyes and brown hair. So you go through each one of these pages. This is their birth certificate. You can add in a picture. Birthday fun facts. I think that my kids always enjoy this. Is tell me about the world when I was born, or what happened when I was born. So you're able, all of these things you're able to Google and find out, but something to help them identify their birth information. You're able to put birth family information in there, and any other family member information with pictures. And in fact, I'm going to add in here my son, who is her half sibling. I'm just going to put brother because it does not matter to me that they're half siblings. And I could add a picture of him in there as well. Any traditions? You know, this is important for many adoptive, or I should say birth family information, is especially when we cross heritages between birth and adoptive placements. It may be important to the birth family to document some of their traditions. And there's a spot in here as well to do that for the adoptive family. Any sort of memories? Family friends? Foster homes? Other important people. You know, there's maybe an important page to have filled out based on the child's situation, especially inside of a foster care situation. The day I was adopted. This is a celebratory day, and we want to make sure that we're celebrating it. So for my daughter, it was 02/15/2016. And I'll pull up our adoption picture in here again. And then the new birth certificate, which is exciting as well. And then parents. You know, one of the important parts, I believe, is families can be all different types of families. We didn't want to necessarily say mother or father, but these are parents. It could be any type of family dynamic, and we want to support that. Family members, siblings, aunts, uncles, grandparents, family traditions. You know, one of the traditions that we have is our annual Christmas cookie baking. And it's only for the women of our family. It's always a wonderful time each December that we spend, and we stay in the kitchen all day long and get super messy and a really good time. But, things like that are really helpful to document and show. Family memories, family friends, pets. We in our house have 2 dogs and 2 cats, so this one can be pretty interesting, and the kids absolutely love them. So I think it's important to document them. And then the next pages I'm going to scroll through pretty quickly. There's one for each grade. I think that most parents, they tend to do the first day picture and the last day picture and try to remember things about each grade. So this is a way to do that. So I'm going to skip through all of these just so that you can see all the grades. And then some memories. What activities are they involved in school? And do you want to put some memories in here as well? Extracurricular activities, are they in sports, in music, in drama? Are there other things, Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, that they're included in that you want to be able to show? Friends. So as the child grows, they begin developing their own friends, and it's not just family friends or other important people in their life, but their own friends, and it's good that we can document that. And then milestones. This is when, depending on what age they moved in with you, when did they sit up first? When did they say mama first? When did they roll over? Things like that. It can be as your basic baby milestones, or it can be the first time, depending on the child's age, that they said I love you, or went out with a friend for the first time. Achievements. Did they get any trophies or awards for anything? The science fair or baseball trophy, soccer trophy, anything like that? And that is it. So if we go to the very beginning, you can see all of the pages that are available here. And I'll just stay on this page for a second. So what this is meant to be is a very easy way to guide you through the creation of a life book. I very firmly believe that a life book is something that should be printed out every year. Our children continue to grow and do amazing things every year, and we don't want this to be a one and done task. So when you download this life book, we encourage you to print it out annually. We're in the process. We have the ability to print out a life book as well for you. So we actually have the ability to do a printout like this. Hopefully everybody can see it okay. It's an 8.5 by 11 hardcover book. And the pages that you saw would be put inside of this really nice photo book. Everything that you typed in. Now, if there was a page that you did not want to have printed, that could be excluded. However, as it sits today, all the fields on every page would be printed out. So if you had only half of the information in on one, you would still want to print that page. Just know that some of it would be blank. We're working to make it a little bit more, user-friendly so that it can be easier for you to pick and choose what you wanted to print out. But right now, we just wanted to get this out there and get some feedback and thoughts and opinions on everything. So again, please feel free to reach out to me at any time. Follow us on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter. Go to our website. Our website is lifebookbuilder.com. You'll be able to see more about me, and you can actually take a look at a preview of the app that we have in development too. So that should be it. And to purchase, you click on purchase and downloads. You can purchase right here. All right. Thank you for listening and for joining today. And let me know if you have any questions. Take care. Have a great day. Bye.